Since entering the trap music scene, Young Thug has been an undeniable pillar in an era of trap music, carrying on a flame ignited by others, while at the same time setting a path for others behind him to do the same, never lacking in ability to take risks or step on others' territory.
Yeah, YSL Carter 6 coming out.
But what happens when one appears to not care what others think on the outside?
This nigga put the dress on for attention.
But on the inside is everything but.
Thug calls this an honest mistake.
Accidentally becoming his own biggest enemy.
One thing about it, I'm not going out like no sucker, cause I'm a grown man.
This is the story of broken friendships.
I literally don't hate nobody in the entire world but him.
Manipulation.
I don't know why you acting like you gonna need to hear something from somebody. Don't you hear crickets? I hear crickets.
And a turning of tables that would destroy a legacy.
You got some guys that are the hottest guys in the game, rats.
He shouldn't have did it. He said too much, did too much. There's no explanation for that.
Placing himself amongst hip-hop's greatest cap stories. This is Young Thug, the rat of all caps. Jeffrey Lamar Williams would explode out of the Atlanta music scene with an aura somewhat fresh but familiar to the masses. Discovered by Gucci Mane, he quickly stood out as charismatic, unpredictable, melodic rapper who just happened to be a blood. He reminded many of another down south artist before him. He had a look like Lil Wayne, the dreads like Lil Wayne.
If they put a picture of all this and say, name the rappers who they remind you of the most, they're gonna say, me, Wayne.
They both were willing to bend the rules. And they both shared a love for Birdman. Yes, Young Thug's journey would cross paths with Cash Money's Birdman, Baby Williams, who instantly decided for whatever reason he wanted to help Young Thug in all career endeavors. Welcome to the family. Maybe noticing the similarities, one young prince who held down Cash Money for years did not feel so welcoming, which maybe disappointed the young slime who has never been shy of Lil Wayne being his mentor.
I understand that Lil Wayne is frustrated about his career, and I feel him on that, but this is my idol. I wouldn't ever in my life swap words with him or beef with him about nothing. This is a person that I look up to. Ha ha.
The problem would be he would find his daddy right in the middle of a time when Birdman was at war with his other son, Weezy F Baby.
I don't know. I don't think they like me. He don't like me. Maybe I think it's because he's just been with Birdman his whole life, and he's just so spoiled to the point where it's like he's really spoiled. He's been a millionaire. He's been a superstar since he was 9 years old. So he don't know nothing but his way.
Was it ever a little awkward when Thug and Wayne wasn't getting along?
We talked a lot about that shit, but I nipped that in the bud.
Okay.
You know, Wayne's my son and Thug like my little brother. So to me, that was like a family situation.
Okay.
That shit wasn't gonna go nowhere.
Okay.
My whole thing was to get them to work together. That was my plan. Was at that time we were going through changes with artists.
Angry at the fact that Lil Wayne did not want to party with him.
No, but me and you ain't never really partied.
Young Thug will go on to drastic measures.
Before we go too far in this video, please do me one small favor and apply pressure to that subscribe button. Yes, apply pressure to that subscribe button.
Yeah, YSL Carter 6 coming out Friday, first show. New Orleans, Holly Grove. Nigga, meet me there, better yet, beat me there, you did. With them too, nigga. Yeah.
So he would pull one of the earliest examples of a troll move by naming his anticipated mixtape the Carter 6, which was next in line for Lil Wayne's Carter series. So when people would search for the Carter 6, Young Thug's name would show. Lil Wayne's team would immediately threaten a lawsuit if such event occurred.
Can't name the mixtape Carter 6 cause these ass niggas trying to sue. Just like some big old blood, so I'm going Carter 6.
Also, before I go any further, I want y'all to do me a favor. If y'all ever have Rich Gang or whoever it is in this motherfucker, y'all let them know I said.
The Lil Wayne Birdman beef was only getting more violent. One occasion, Baby would be so disgusted at his son's performance and douse his son with nothing but the finest champagne.
Come on,
But that's only the beginning. One gloomy evening, while on the road, suddenly someone would fill Lil Wayne's tour bus with bullets while he was on it.
Shots were fired at the tour bus of Grammy-winning rapper Lil Wayne on the 26th of April. Footage from the NBC affiliate in Atlanta, Georgia, showed several bullet holes in the side of the bus, but no injuries were reported.
The world would bask in shock, thinking there's no way such a love affair would lead to gunfire. Young Thug and Birdman would be investigated for the shooting, but ultimately an individual named Peewee Roscoe would be sentenced to 10 years for the incident.
Winfrey will spend 10 years in prison for the April incident on I-285, where two buses belonging to the entourage for rapper Lil Wayne came under gunfire. Prosecutors say a simmering rap feud and gang tensions led to it. They believe they could pin Winfrey as the gunman. He was indicted on 27 counts, including a rarely, if ever, used charge that references domestic terrorism.
Outside of Lil Wayne, Young Thug's career would be nothing short of spectacular, finding ways to get people talking under the guidance of Birdman.
Thugga. Now we all know that you love to dress
like Donnie in Anodami dress on his mixtape cover, Jeffrey. He would brag about its elegance.
You are very stylish. You don't really identify with the gender, but I must say, your new album cover has got the streets talking, and not for the best reasons. He was dressed in a blue evening gown, and of course, social media went crazy.
Hey, look, bro, I can't. Bro, it was not for attention. This on the Holy Bible, it's on my kids. Okay. But it's on the Holy Bible.
That's your word, man.
I damn near got to arguing when it first happened. Like, no, damn, Dre, what are you talking about?
What you mean? You arguing about it wasn't no dress. It was clearly a dress, bro.
Bro.
You just doing you. You just doing.
This mixtape, Jeffrey, as well as others, will be sprinkled with some of the most sus lyrics one could think of.
If you got her when she get out the shower, drink her bathtub. If cop full up, I put that crack in my crack. I just push a cup of water. I used to wanna fuck my.
With the dress and zesty lyrics, people begin to ask questions about Mr. Williams.
Hey, I'm on that Hugh Health shit, man. If I ever was to have to go sit down 20, 25 years, the time they let you sit at home with your family, I'm bound to go get my fucking breast dead. I'm bound to get my titty dead so I can do my 25 years with hoes.
Trolling in hip-hop was in the midst of his breakout era, and many would accept the reason he did it was because he could.
You took steps. You were so confident in your own skin that you put a fucking dress on and went and got there but maintained your status as a real nigga.
Besides, it would be a waste of time for anyone to be confused about Young Thug's sexuality when he himself doesn't feel that it's something that should be shared. Once commenting that his dear friend Lil Nas X was better off staying in the closet.
It's weird because he actually is gay, but he's getting some of the same backlash that people used to put on you for just dressing crazy and dressing different. How do you feel watching him sort of go through that, getting some backlash for being honest about sexuality?
He probably shouldn't have told the world.
Really?
But he should have told the world because it's like, these days, it's just all judgment. Just judgment. It ain't even about music no more. Once you say, found out he was gay, everybody, as soon as the song come on now, everybody like, yeah, nigga. He don't even care to listen to the song no more. I just feel like he young, it's like, backlash can come behind anything, so it's like, it wasn't a bad idea.
Let me get this straight. Wait, I'm the rookie? But my features and my shows 10 times to pay. 50K for a verse, no album out.
Everything for Young Thug was looking up, or was it? At one point, he was so poppin' that he knew he would be the case before he even got one.
I'm a Mason. I beat all my cases.
Whatever the case, he would continue to thrive as well as take risks.
This put the dress on for attention. He did that shit for attention, did you not? Attention, did you?
Hell no.
You knew, man, ain't nothing nobody can say about me because I'm real out here and I'm thorough and this shit gonna get me a lot of burns, so I'm finna do it.
His family would grow throughout the years, redefining trap music with his husband, Rich Homie Quan. Yes, his husband.
Recently, he had posted up some pictures of himself wearing nail polish. And he had posted up a picture of him and Rich Homie Quan and referred to Quan as his hubby.
Yo, that's mad moist. How you gonna call a man your hubby? But see, just like me and the brother was saying, like, honestly, it's getting to the point now where people's just doing shit just for the attention, just for the shock value.
This was only the beginning, because what he would do next would be one of the darkest slow burns you could witness.
50K for a verse, no album out. She been wanna ask me for money, she gon' end up down. Diamonds 100, so she gotta keep it 100, cause these niggas counterfeit. We had a long set, good pussy bitch off a ball of crack.
Thugger would upgrade and start his own label, partnering with QC Pierre, Quality Control Music, and produce not only two of the biggest stars from Atlanta, but two of the most talented artists in this era, actually signing and sharing interest in one individual that he would personally decide to make his #1 enemy, Gunna. Also sharing an interest in another ATL rapper who shares his fashion sense, Lil Baby. Both will become the new faces representing the new Atlanta music scene. Suddenly, things begin to fall apart. In May 2022, when Jeffrey, as well as 26 other members of YSL, would be indicted for violating the RICO Act.
We are here today about a grand jury indictment that was returned that included not just Jeffrey Williams, which is of some notoriety and media attention, but about 28 defendants that operated within our community between the time period of 2012 and 2022. It is our allegation that they operated as a criminal street gang and commenced to do havoc in our community. That havoc includes crimes of violence, crimes of thefts, crimes involving drugs.
Authorities would claim that YSL, along with all of its members, were part of a gang. One of those indicted would be Gunna.
You're presumed innocent and you have the right to an attorney. Your lawyer, Mr. Steele, is on the call.
Early on, Gunna would decide that prison life just isn't his thing and take advantage of the Alford plea, a guilty plea where a defendant maintains they're innocent but acknowledges that the prosecution has enough evidence to secure a conviction. In exchange for his plea, he will get time served and a sentence suspension, freeing him immediately.
Affiliated with YSL around 2016. Is that true as it pertains to you, Mr. Kitchens?
Yes, ma'am.
YSL is a music label and a gang, and you have personal knowledge that members or associates of YSL have committed crimes in furtherance of the gang.
Yes, ma'am.
You were present when law enforcement officers stopped the vehicle in which you were present along with Jeffrey Williams, wherein hydrocodone, methamphetamines, and a firearm were recovered. These items did not belong to you.
Yes, ma'am.
And do you acknowledge the following statement? I recognize, accept, and deeply regret that my talent and music indirectly furthered YSL the gang to the detriment of my community. YSL as a gang must end. Is that your statement or acknowledgement?
Yes.
The backlash would be definite. His lawyer would come telling everyone to chill out. There's no way his client is a snitch. As far as Thugger, initially he seemed cool, till suddenly Gunna's name was scrubbed from everything YSL related. This would become more clear in a now deleted tweet where Thug would imply their once friendship is now an act. Behind the scenes, Thug was making it clear, can't do business with me while you're around that rat. Lil Baby, Lil Durk, and a host of other artists would not only unfollow Gunna, but attach him to disses as well.
Heard your new joint is embarrassing shit. You talk to the cops on some therapist shit. I can't kick it with your kind like I tore my meniscus. How you go from co-defendant to a fucking witness? You ain't never say nothing about it, nigga. You know you a rat. Some of these niggas out here, they be rats. What happened to Virgil, we probably gonna tell.
In 2023, you dropped a freestyle where you talked about snitches and people felt you were talking about Gunna.
So I would say Rats was talking about all these snitches.
Even Young Thug's kids don't mess with rats. And Gunna would eventually cover up his YSL tattoo. Not only would QC Music and YSL be split on concern with Gunna, but the entire industry as well. Even the Don Capagina, Latino, father of Caps, Fat Joe would speak on how guilty he felt.
You know, I remember growing up, even if you was fronting, you wasn't a real gangster, but you was spitting gangster rap. You wasn't f***ing with the rats like that. You got some guys that are the hottest guys in the game. Rats. I listened to this album. This album was so good. I was so guilty of this.
No rats were safe. Nope. Not even Kid Cudi.
Hold up, you look like Crystal Lake.
What are you expecting today?
Kid Cudi.
Great.
When I say no one was safe, I mean not even Jeffrey, as you're about to see. While Gunna would continue to make hits as well as money for Thug, Jeffrey would endure one of the longest cases in ATL history. The YSL case would produce some of the most uncanny moments ever in court TV.
I tell you what, I'm going to give you 5 minutes. If you don't tell me, if you don't tell me who it is, I'm going to put you in contempt. You should have told me. You got 5 minutes. Well, yeah, I don't need it.
I need some drugs.
Can I get a water or something? I'm so high right now, y'all. I'm about to go to sleep on y'all ass. I ain't gonna tell you nothing.
Lil Woody, a YSL affiliate at the time, would become an internet star after his performance.
I was going through a phase. People were shooting at me while I had my kid. And my only priority was, by any means necessary, to protect them with my whole life. Just, I get a minute because they drive me crazy.
Yeah, take a minute, take a breath.
Instead of an internet star, he was supposed to be a star witness. That turned into nothing short of a headache instead. Agreeing to testify a part of a plea deal, but made it to be anyone's guess on what was real and what was a lie.
So it may seem like I'm trying to help Thug out. I'm not trying to help him out. I don't care nothing about him, what he got going on, nothing. I care about the truth. The truth was, I was going through a phase in my life, and I have put all the blame on him. I don't know what he did. I don't know what he got going on. But y'all got me on the stand, and I'm telling the God honest truth. Leave me out of this. I made all these stories up, put the blame on him to get myself out of the situation because the police told me they want a big fish, and I'm a little fish. They ain't who I want. So when they told me that, my only motive was to convince them that I'm telling the truth about this guy right here, and I'm lying.
Meanwhile, Jeffrey would continuously make calls ensuring that others were on code and not talking to Gunna.
I don't know, bro. Like,
yeah, that was
Gunna like,
bro. Pushed up on me knowing you were business with a rap.
Oh, God. But he ain't lying, though. He ain't lying. He did.
QC Music took an opposition to this, as they were invested in Gunna and did not feel the need to torment Gunna, who somehow kept his cells intact despite his image.
Kind of like really hate Buddy.
Yeah.
I literally don't hate nobody in the entire world but him. I literally hate him. I wanted to just be like straight Kanye West tormenting them niggas, like straight like, oh wow, Thug really dropping an album on the same day this nigga dropped. Like he on bullshit.
But Lil Baby was still there for Thugger. After months on trial, Jeffrey's feelings begin to wave.
Rapper Young Thug is changing his plea to guilty on charges that he led a violent street gang in Atlanta.
Yes, Young Thug would take a plea deal.
He pleaded guilty to charges in the YSL RICO case.
He would agree to 15 years of probation, along with a list of other conditions.
He received a reduced jail sentence and 15 years probation. He's right now banned from Metro Atlanta for 10 years with some exceptions like family events.
Here's a breakdown of this complicated sentence. What was originally a 5-year sentence was modified by the judge to time served, meaning the 2.5 years Young Thug has already spent in jail was good enough. Today he starts 15 years on probation. Hanging over his head is a 20-year sentence. If he stays out of trouble during probation, that sentence will also be commuted.
Many would debate he took the same deal as Gunna. Upon his release, he would proceed to make mediocre music with absolutely no interviews. Why there was no time, taking into the fact he was too busy making sure no one in ATL was making music with Gunna.
We got into it the other day. She called him a rat. She said he got down there, started crying.
That how I supposed to be though, like, ain't no girl supposed to be you and then, like.
Thug continued to talk in code on X, suggesting that Gunna should be doing gospel music now since he's a rat. This is what would surprise the world when one gloomy evening, a police interrogation recording will be leaked online, having Thug making some shocking statements to none other than the police department about his mentor's Lil Wayne bus being shot up.
This motherfucker Wayne from New Orleans. I'm from Atlanta. This was in Atlanta and I was in New Orleans. I said, what the fuck? That was so weird. This damn shot at this to us. I don't know. Honestly, I don't know who the fuck did.
Young Thug would identify the one who took shots at Wayne's tour bus as Peewee Roscoe. Yes, the Peewee that ended up doing jail time, which was later overturned.
They said Roscoe, but I don't wanna block. I don't want to block out y'all case by saying Roscoe didn't do that. Is knowing Roscoe? Man, scrub. That fool. I'm like, you shot at somebody, bro? But I don't know, because every day they broke a ball. I don't know. I honestly don't know.
Thugger's world would go into shock. All the other characters, marked a snitch in society, would now have superpowers.
Homie, when did we talk to the police? Son, don't tell me nothing about what this said. When the police, before they even sit you down and take the handcuffs off, you have a right to remain silent. Anything you say can and will be used against the court of law.
Even Hall of Fame snitches would come out the woodwork for their what the fuck moment.
Yo, I just want to know where all the energy at. The Young Thug situation, I stood quiet 2 days just watching it play out, watching what excuses the people come up with. Every day, every year, every time they come out, y'all move the goalposts further, 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 further. Oh, nah, bro, it's different. No, it's different, bro. It's different, bro. It's different. You told, like, before 12 in the afternoon, like, that's a forbidden rule. You can't do that. No, bro, it's okay, bro, because he told after 3, like, you spoke for 2 hours.
Snitches and enemies alike would mend together like the Avengers and drag Young Thug all over social media.
It's all what it is. What you see is what you get. From the knowledge to the wild, to the craziness, to the balling and shot calling. You know what I'm saying? But at the end of the day, I just want this to just be this example to all the young niggas around the world and everybody around the world. You know what I'm saying? Hey man, you can be yourself and you ain't gotta fold. You ain't gotta be weird. You know what I'm saying? You could be different, but you ain't gotta fold.
We got all T.I. paperwork, but we ain't on T.I. today. But
we on Atlanta.
Not on Atlanta, we on Thug.
You're right. Call Baby. Whatever Wham say, go, right? Call Baby. What's gonna go right now? Call Baby. You got Baby number?
Thug will respond, giving the world only 90 seconds to see it. But of course, the internet keeps everything.
Thug just put up some talking about Wham, whatever, and in 1.5 minutes, it was deleted. That was a Lil Baby call. Take that shit down.
Just like any other Cap story, more lies would flourish as fans begin to make fake posts alleging Young Thug has more telling to do. But the rabbit hole would get deeper. Jeffrey's calls to associates began to leak online, and the story became even more telling. Jeffrey began to speak in circles. He wanted to be friends with Gunna.
Niggas trying to go at him to get clout. Yes, they have. Durk
said something to him, but that's it. Like, Wham, them niggas ain't doing all this shit. Like,
Wham unfollowed him.
Yeah, but I mean, that's just that little boy shit. That ain't really saying that to no.
Yeah,
That's just like, damn, I'm disappointed. Right?
But the others didn't because they jumped the gun.
But
I ain't saying they wrong. I'm just saying.
Yeah, they jumped the gun.
Wanting there to be no question that his animosity against Gunna can't be that deep, especially since he paid for Gunna's #1 album.
Nigga, I know you can't go nowhere in this world and get no $20 million check from no label. You're not doing numbers like that. You alright, but you ain't doing that like that. The #1 album you just had right now, I paid for you to have a #1 album. You didn't, you know what I'm saying, honestly earn a #1 album over the weekend, my boy. I paid for that shit.
Thug would switch angles, saying he would love to be friends with Gunna again.
Every time it be time to do it, he don't never answer the phone no more. You see what I'm saying? Brian, like, goddamn.
Oh, for real?
Yeah, on God, nigga. Ask him, call, ask Brian. Man, how long you been waiting on him? Since he took the plea. Brian been trying to talk to him.
But the rules are the rules. Plus, Lil Baby is the main one that don't mess with rats. Sorry. He would attempt to explain how his plea deal, as well as his brothers, were totally different than Gunna's, which is the reason why they took a plea, but not like Gunna's.
I don't know though. Like, man, bro, you seen your brother plea?
Most definitely.
But he said you told him to do that.
Man, watch out.
Man, oh God, that's what he telling the street.
Man, oh God, he kept. On that same guy, he kept. Man, he come and put nigga to take a plea and say a lie.
He said nothing that I said was used to put anybody away. And that's all that Gunna's lawyer, anybody that read what an Alfred plea was, that was everybody's defense was, hey, nothing he said was used to put nobody away.
He shouldn't have did it. He said too much, did too much. There's no explanation for that. He's dead wrong. But I won't disrespect his name because, you know, that's my partner, man. You know what I'm saying? That's my partner. I ain't gonna even sit here and lie. Am I selected politics? A little bit. I'm not telling you, no, that ain't what it is. But I'm not gonna disrespect my man's name. I hope Thug would understand that. Now, Gunna, I'll call him a rat.
Turns out, 21 Savage tried to warn Thug on how he looked, attempting to explain the sentiment of many.
Cause I don't, in my heart, but I don't feel like Shawty did what he did with the intention of hurting you. You feel what I'm saying? I don't really get that vibe from him. I feel like he just green. That's just my opinion.
I just look at it. God damn sure was thinking about that one day, like, man, I'm just gonna goddamn. I ain't finna say nothing about this shit. I'm just woo. I might just be like, man, them folks did what they had to do.
These conversations would go past Gunna and would branch out to the entire music industry, but mostly the Atlanta base.
The people only buying your label because of Wham. They not buying your label because no Migos, them nigga in the red. They be signed to Gucci. P used to be signed to Gucci Man. When Gucci Man found out that shit, he dropped it. Because P used to try to rap.
Well, they still friends, so how's that?
Yeah. Google ended up going to jail. I gave that him turned soft.
Shading Kendrick Lamar as well as others.
Them niggas will never be bigger than Drake, ever in life. Niggas will never be bigger than Buddy. Buddy gonna do it right. Buddy fucking with everybody. You know how many niggas like Drake change? How many niggas can take care of their family because of Buddy? Put somebody on. It's okay to run you a few hundred M's up, but who you help though? You ain't really help nobody. It's the saying. You did all that shit for nothing, nigga. You ain't help nobody, nigga.
But Thugger's manipulation was extensive, telling Lil Baby and others that QCP, yes, you guessed it, rats as well.
He did the same thing P did. Stood up in court. You're a rat, bro. I understand all that. A nigga help put you on. Listen, man. A nigga is a rat. I don't give a fuck what happened. That nigga give me $1 million. Man, you're a rat. Whatever you talking about.
Thugger's image would be destroyed in front of his own eyes.
Somebody, yo. Doug told, bro.
What?
He told before Gunna, 2015 the nigga told. The nigga got caught with 2 or 3 sticks in L.A. Now I'm trying to figure out where them cases went.
Not just on an aspect of integrity, but even in the financial set. Joe Budden would go on to explain how Young Thug as a business venture has for sure lost capital and value from this decision.
The Young Thug stock, hey, Atlanta, I'm not even talking about Atlanta business. He could probably still sell out State Farm every night of the week. Outside of Atlanta, he is putting on a master class in how to take a good brand and totally f it up.
Wasn't too much Thug can do, but described this as just a misunderstanding.
Yeah, that's what he said. He said, I made an honest mistake.
And tell Lil Baby he will forever have his back on his quest to be done with all snitches. Others would rightfully express their disappointment, even implying now may be the time the rules should change regarding snitching.
Different rules? Won't you read them 1 through 12? I mean, we got 12 of them. And it was crazy. I didn't do it intentionally. But y'all just coming in here, I done rewrote the rules of the streets. This is the New Testament.
Commandment number 1, rule number 1, you can snitch on anybody who snitched on you first.
Peewee on IG would do the opposite of what Thugger did and create a reasonable doubt for the guy.
Politicking, man, Jeff, clean as Listerine, man, clean as Ivory soap. You feel what I'm saying? I done the time, I did that. That's what you supposed to do. When you go in interrogation room, that's what you do. He told you, man, we sell the Wayne Carter weed. What the fuck is wrong with you? You feel what I'm saying? No, a statement is this right here. Lineup selective. That's him. He did that. He didn't do that. He did what a taxpaying citizen do, a real street nigga. Kept it solid, kept it overly real, you feel what I'm saying? Really tried to pull me out the hole.
But other YSL members would digress.
A nigga just beat a motherfucking a RICO. Come home, still talking about a rat, da-da-da. Bro, that's God. That ain't nothing but God biting you back in your ass, bro. Cause you probably been thankful that you just beat a life sentence in a RICO and came home and minded your business and been humble. But instead, you still coming out pushing the rat narrative, bro, and all that, this, that, and the third. Now look, you came back and brought your bitch in the ass. Bro, if you sit down with 12 and bust out and say these words, if y'all talking about like Gunna ratted from saying yes, ma'am, you mean to tell me this not making a nigga a rat by saying they said Roscoe shot the bus up, and then a nigga like Roscoe did 10 years behind this shit, and you just got on the internet talking about didn't rat on you? Boy, your ass so brainwashed, it's sickening.
Told them that Gunna, but it was going over their head. It was going over their head because why? Niggas ain't street. Niggas ain't who they pretend to be. I said, leave Gunna alone. Gunna didn't do nothing wrong.
Only good thing that transpired from this event is now people are more welcoming to a gospel album from Jeffrey.
I don't know why you acting like you gonna need to hear something from somebody. Don't you hear crickets, nigga?
Nigga, don't you gotta...
Such a surprising turn of events to one of the most openly creative artists from the ATL area, placing himself on a list with other rappers of classic Cap stories, becoming the one to convince his entire world that there's nothing worse than doing business with a rat, even if it turns out to be him. Thank you for watching this documentary. Check out this other one I just did about another artist facing snitch allegations, Max B.
Well, anyways, you know how we like to end our videos over here at Moxie Approved, right? With that water. I see you here next time on Moxie Approved.
Add me on X, IG, and TikTok.